Whoops, that thing was not supposed to be there. I must have forgotten to block it out like a complete dummy. Let me get this thing interacted so the pinned thing isn't showing all the way inside the chat replay itself. It's just a big whoops on my part. We all make mistakes, we're human. But look into my eyes. Do you see the subspace in here? The subspace sees it all. What's up, everyone? Welcome to another Splatoon 2 live stream. I just realized I need to share this thing on Twitter. I gotta do that real quick. I should have done that in the stream starting soon screen. Whoops! I was just so captivated by Into the Light today that I just wanted to listen to it. Now let me get this on Twitter. I'm live with the K&M Splatfest. Not Spatfest. Splatfest. Going for some battles. Okay, Mosh actually got there. Mosh actually beat me to it. Thank you, Mosh. Thank you. Thank you, Mosh. You are an amazing genius, my bad lad. Let me catch up with everyone that's in the chat before we get too far. How's everyone? We got Splatfest Kid 2020, even though we are never going to think about that year ever again. Bakupo, Dojoa, Green Gaiam 91, Reaper, Mitchell, Hyper Tiger, Auburn. Trying to see if I got everybody. Tomas Cardoso, Peyton, Preston, Jarian. How's everyone doing? Everything coming in okay before we get too far into stream. I take everything sounded pretty good, and if you guys need to add me, friend code is !switch, vote form is !vote, or check the first link in the description. Welcome, Branchin. Be sure to have an A or an M in your Switch username so I know what team to put you on. Let me check friend requests before I get too far into this thing, because I cleared them out. Okay, thank you for the M. As long as I see an M or an A somewhere in your name that I can tell that you're on Team Amy or Team Mosh for this final K&M Splatfest. Yep, this is the last one. So, all good things must eventually come to an end, but what can you do? Let's start with a simple password 2021. But how's everything doing? Everything sounding okay? And yes, my username is temporarily Subspace Mosh. Because if I'm playing, which I'm gonna be filling in for teams that need it, I voted for Team Mosh. This is like the only time I put in an actual vote for the K&M Splatfest and actually put contribution towards points in. Let's see if we could get at least 3 people from Team Amy and Team Mosh in here. Wow, that was fast. We got... Well, we already know which team is more popular already. We only have 1 Amy in here. We need some Amy's. We need people on Team Amy in here. Team Amy, where are you? Okay, we got 2 people on Team Amy. Does somebody on Team Mosh want to volunteer for Team Amy just so we could get the first round going? I'll spectate this first round. You're Amy. I'll pick somebody at random to spectate. And then it's just I would like to have a Mosh volunteer so we could get it as a 3v3 to start with. Just to get it to start. Just to get the match to start. And then I'll pick one at random to spectate. And it's the first match of the entire stream, so I'm sorry. Nobody's volunteering, so I'm just gonna do the good old let's pick at random thing. And right off the bat, we got a disconnect. Wonderful start. So let's try this again. It was before the first match even started. And where are we? We're Ninja Red, Ninja Blue. Starting latest? No, we just started Sola. It's better late than never. We just had the stream starting soon screen, and we just got here. Passcode is, for now, 2021. I'll change it up a little bit if we get quite a decent amount. Already we got one. We still have 2 Amy's. We need more people on Team Amy. Yeah, we definitely need people on Team Amy. We need people on Team Amy. I think we already know Team Mosh is the popular vote, which I kind of was not surprised by that. And I kind of called this was going to be the final K&M Splatfest theme a long time ago. Well, at the time, Amy went by the name of Kayla. So, it's still the same person, just a name change. Anybody on Team Amy fill in the last spot, and then we're going to need a Mosh to volunteer for Team Amy for the first round. For the first rounds. Because I'd hate to put 2 people from Mosh on Team Amy. Plus, one's already got to spectate anyway with me. But I can fill for either team if they need it. Worst comes to worst, I can play for Team Amy. Even though I'm playing for Mosh, I could play a match or 2 for Amy. Also, guys, we're kind of less than 10 subscribers away from 2450. So can we get there today, please, please, please? Because we're getting ever so closer to our goal for 2,500. We're almost there, guys. I think we could get there soon. Let me get our Amy's on the team, and then I know you volunteered. I'll actually spectate. No, I'll play for Amy for the first round, and we're just gonna need to pick a random Mosh to spectate. You were the one to spectate last time, so you're gonna be there this time. I'm just filling in to play a match for Amy. And where are we? Oh, the switches. I just had to remember myself what map we were at. I'll reset every 2 not every 2 lobbies. Yeah, 2 lobbies every game. A lobby every 2 matches. There. A lobby every 2 matches. And here we go. The first match of the... Oh, I better get my notepad out so I can tally the scores as we do get them. Now, I have no idea who's winning or what, how many multipliers have showed up or anything. I've not seen anything of the sorts. Thank you. Just had to get my little handy-dandy notepad out here. Okay, these colors actually do fit, are very fitting for Amy and Mosh. Now that I look at it, they are very fitting. Even though they are the Ninja Turtles colors, and I was kind of anticipating them to go with the front roll, back roll colors, but this works. Looking like Team Amy's pushing pretty far right now. Matches are going pretty nice and smoothly. We're already at 17 viewers, so that's a pretty lovely start, ladies and gentlemen. That's the problem with this weapon. You're like hugging the enemy, you are not gonna go anywhere. And it seems like we barely covered our base. I think I already know how this dude's gonna turn out already if it's like this in the first game. That felt like destruction. Mosh probably has the popularity, but Amy's probably got the better players. And I'll get you back into gaming on your team. And same with you. So we're gonna have another person spectate for the time being. Who was the guy that got the fewest kills? As this thing's catching up. Alright, it's just so I could get the Mosh team a chance to. We seriously just got this map. And it is 100% set to randomization. I typed that command in wrong. Well, it didn't turn out to be anything special anyway. And this is a 72-hour K&M Splatfest. It's kind of like Chaos vs. Order was. 3 days long. So there is a lot of time for matches to go to both teams. And it is a best-of-3 system in this series to test the Splatfest, which is sadly going to be the finale, and dang it. But as the phrase says, all good things must eventually come to an end. I'll take that, thank you, and then I'll infiltrate your base. out of aim. That's not a good thing. I'll take the assistance in here. And I realize we barely covered up our base. That's a problem. I mean, we're doing fine, but not covering your base can lead to extra mental crisis. It could lead to the extra mental crisis. Unless our team is doing just like that to them. And since I know Amy's got a lot of better players, I'm gonna have to ask that you guys take turns in lobbies. Just so both teams can give every player a chance to win some battles. Because I don't want a repeat of Reindeer versus Penguins where one team wound up winning like all but one in each stream. And I was like, that made me feel very bad for the other team. Albeit it was different teams in both days, but when it's the same team winning over and over and over, it gets kind of boring. It's sad. I just want to make sure both teams get a decent chance to win battles on both sides. And not turning it into a one-sided contest. Because I definitely saw this too in the Mario Fest, so that made me to a... I'm not surprised when Mushroom won by a huge margin. Ooh, Mosh might have actually come back on this one. Nope! Judge's eyes tell me different otherwise. Judd is drunk, apparently. It did not... It looked like it was in Mosh's favor. Not Amy's. Okay, thank you, we got another Team Amy. Please send me a friend request and then add an A or an M in your name. AM, as in the first phase of the day, even though I think the US is the only country to have an AM PM system. In time. If you're in the last lobby, please wait 10-15 seconds before joining, giving other people a chance to play. Make the password slightly different, keep you guys on your toes, so it's not like, oh, I'm just for one match and then I'm backing out. Bye! I'm gonna change it up so it's not the same thing every time. Now let me take this out so we don't get it a third game in a row. But we're at least getting some variety in here, so we got a couple Amy's. Okay, so we got 3 Amy's, so we're getting more Amy's now, so that's the good news. And at least got to play 2 matches in. I would play for Mosh, but I was like, I'll play for Amy because she had a lack less players for that first round. So let me get our Amy's in order first, because we know Mosh is the popular vote. I'll spectate this round. Does a Mosh want to volunteer for Amy? And it was Tomas, and it was Tomas the first round, so it's not going to be him. And I believe you played for Amy already, because I want to actually give you some matches for your players. I'm not getting volunteers, so I'll just pick at rando, and here we go. And yes, I was also interested to do the multiplier battles with Mosh. Well, he entrusted everyone to do it this time. I was kind of like the guinea pig in Tea versus Hot Chocolate last month. And I'd say it was a success, even though we only got 1 3x battle in that K&M Splatfest. But what can you do? What can you do? My hope is that not every one of these matches turn out to be going to Team Amy. Because I said this before, but I don't want a repeat of Reindeer versus Penguins from last month. I do not want that. If that is the case, we still need to figure out some kind of a balancing system. Which me and my self-esteem will have to figure that out before our fest in February. Well, the K&M team don't really need to worry about that anymore since it's their last one. Unless they want to help us out in this sort of thingamabob. What's that? Oh, this is a 3 times battle. Winner gets 3 points. This could be a comeback that Team Mosh needs. Now get rid of these numbers. And because this is the final K&M Splatfest, they up the chances of getting 3 times and 5 times battles. So there's going to be a lot more of them, even if they weren't too many of them to begin with. But they're a lot more common now. How much did they increase it by? I don't know. But I know they did increase the odds. Now, hopefully the word got out to the people in the Mosh's Discord and whatnot. I'm not a part of Amy's Discord. So if somebody can get the word out in Amy's Discord, please, please, please let me know. Please let her server know that I am alive, because I am not part of her server. It's just so we can get as many people in these matches as possible. And then I'm scheduled for the 3-hour block here. And then we're going to be going to the man himself, Mosh Plays, at the end of the stream. Because he's next in line as day 2 of the final K&M Splatfest begins. This could be what Team Mosh exactly needs. I think you're dead. Yep, Team Amy's in a tight spot right now as they go into the last minute, but it's always the final 30 seconds of every single turf match that does contribute and count towards the conclusion of a match. It's not over until Judd says the clock hits 0 and the time to see who won. And I kind of wanted to throw the surprise at you guys too of, ooh, there's a disconnect on Team Amy, but it's a little too late in the match to do anything about it. We only have somebody sit back if it's in the first minute of the match. But since it's in the last minute, we don't have anything to go against that. So this probably just sealed the deal for Team Mosh to take a point here. That's a huge F for Team Amy. Now, I don't know much about Amy, but Mosh is a really cool dude. I do know they're both amazing people. So it was really hard to pick a side. But who wins this 3 times? Team Mosh takes this 3 times game. But just be sure to keep an eye on your Wi-Fi if this does keep on continuing. 17 likes per 17 viewers. Mosh's but Mosh's Amy's on both teams. Which one is Mosh's Amy on? What team is Mosh's Amy on? What team is Mosh's Amy on? Who is on what team is Mosh's Amy on? Because they clearly have both tags. Like, this is so confusing. Who is what? When in doubt, I'm gonna put you in the event of a doubt, I'm gonna put you on that team. We got a sticky situation here. I typed the wrong command and I get a 10 times multiplier. Oops. I messed up and I got a 10 times message for Team Mosh. Wow. Okay, that's actually kind of funny. Okay, that one was actually kind of funny. If you guys could actually see that message, you would get why I was laughing so hard about that. Also, I'm not joking. The odds are much, much more common. It's another 3 times battle. It's 2 in a row. 2 3 times battles in a row. What are the odds 2 multiplier battles in a row like that? Well, then again, there was a 3 times and a 5 times in one of the past K&M Splatfest by Mosh. I just don't remember which one. When I say they bumped the odds, I mean they did bump the odds. Because normally this would not happen. Is the all NZAP team really going to be the best idea? Let alone an H-Storm one. If it was the armor one, I'd be terrified. But I'll check friend requests in between lobby resets. And then I ask you guys that you played in the previous lobby to wait a good 10-15 seconds before joining to give other people a chance to participate. And I know Team Amy has the much better players in here. So while I don't think there's going to be a feedback form for this K&M Splatfest, this is going to be in a way of feedback for me to see how the heck the remaining Subfests are going to play out for the next while. What's up, Kata Squid and Pluto? And I believe I missed somebody else. Plus, enjoy these custom Splatfests while you can, because who knows if we're going to get another one. Although, if you ask me, the way Mosh vs. Star was handled was a very weak way to end them off on, contrary to Chaos vs. Order. So, I hope Nintendo does one more in March. Because if they don't, I'll be like, that was a very disappointing note to end on. Then again, when they did Cali vs. Marie, even though I lost that, it was handled very, very well. It's just that how they handled this past one last week was not exactly the greatest. I think I have to also start enforcing the thing where it's like if you do exceedingly well compared to other people, I'm gonna have to ask you guys to wait every couple lobbies before getting in. It's just so not everybody's like, oh my gosh, I got absolutely destroyed. But that's a game for Amy. Ouch. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask Preston to sit out a lobby because that 20 kills with the Hydra was ridiculous. And we have no friend requests. If we got that trifecta quartet in here, it's doomsday for Team Mosh. Because I saw who just popped in the chat, and I'm like, and if this person also went for Team Amy, Team Mosh might also just kiss their victories goodbye. The 4 best players all on the same team. It's like, Team Mosh, been nice knowing ya. way I set those colors right. And we're at least getting some differences between the Amy and Mosh people. Both teams, you can only pick for one. You can only play for one team. Where it should be it should be all the way on the right down the bottom. We need more. How many ABs do we have? We have 1, 2. I see 3 Amy's. So we're definitely gonna need some balancing in here. And then everybody else here is on Mosh's team. I'm just waiting to see how things play out. And I'm honestly really scared for all the multipliers that are gonna show up if we have all these pro players on Amy's team, so it's just like, well, it's been nice knowing your team, Mosh. And thank goodness I'm not playing this match. Or really, I got in matches before all this stuff came around. But 5 times battle. This is a 3rd multiplier in a row, and this one's a 5 times. This is gonna be a scary battle. Right? I think it's intended to be that way, because that's how Mosh had his set up. They're only set to a very, very rare chance when that's supposed to happen. How the heck am I supposed to adjust the volume on this thing? You guys say that blew you guys out. How do I adjust the volume? No, that's just the speed. I don't think there's a way you can adjust the volume on this thing. Or if I look on the side, nope, there it is. I see it. Nope, I see it. I see it. I've not dealt with anything that loud or ridiculous in forever. I didn't know how loud the thing was going to be. I apologize for your ears. Could this be Team Mosh's moment of triumph? That might be what they exactly needed. This just set the stakes really high. That Team Amy just won a 5x battle. Yeah, there's definitely gonna have to be some figuring out in the balancing department as far as these matches go. Then I think you're the only one who has not spectated yet out of everyone here. There's 5 babies in the room, kind of a surprise. So one of them had to go to the other side, and Trax had to be was the one with the M in his name. And at least we can rest easy. There's no multiplier. Finally. See, it's set to a randomizer to decide if it's about multiplier or not. But we can at least use a break from all of them. I'm just standing at a loss of words right now. I'm just standing at a loss of words and oh, we're getting raided. We got a George C raid. There is Isaac, Austin, Ken Murray. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Any other people with the raid, but thank you so much for raiding. Wonder where the mastermind Kim herself is, so I could give the proper thank yous. Oh, we got Lucky Cardinal. Welcome to the stream, guys. We're doing a custom Splatfest. This is a K&M Splatfest, and I don't know how to feel right now. Because one team is being absolutely destroyed. AJ Harrell. Well, Lee, I'm sorry. Yeah, Harrell. Welcome. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask that the Amy people rotate as well as the Mosh people. Because I want to give both teams a chance to win. Because if Team Mosh got spawn camped practically every single match so far, it's gonna turn into stuff in the past where the people of the losing team are not gonna be having any fun. And I don't see an A or an M in Mark's name, so that's a skip. But I will be taking gloves, and that's another Amy. So we mix everything up. 4680. I'm changing my passcodes every lobby I do. Make people constantly watching as they try to get in. Now, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we're getting a lot more Amy's now. There's only 2 Moshes in this lobby. And I think I missed George C. Inkling, because that was the guy who raided us. Thank you so much. What were you guys streaming? And thank you so much for choosing me to raid. Hoping you guys had a pretty good time. I'm keeping an eye out for what's in here. Let's see. Amy. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 6 Amy's. There are 6 people on Team Amy right now. To keep the lob, I'm gonna have to pick 2 random Amy's to play for Mosh right now. It's a surprise. Amy has a lot more players now. I think it's because people are saying, oh, Amy has the better players, so we're going to want to balance the popularity out. Now I'm just going to have to pick a random one to go on the other team. It'll be your turn. Oh, and it turned out to be you anyway. You were playing Persona for the first time? That's really cool, George Inkling. I'm actually going to be continuing my Persona blind playthrough tomorrow. It's only going to be our second match, not our second match, our second stream of it. I did participate the first 2 matches at the stream, but I had to play for Amy because there were not enough Amy's at the time. Now there's a lot more Amy's. It's like Amy managed to learn how to do the quotation device. Maybe she managed to secretly figure it out, learn it with Dimitri and whatnot. I mean, I'm no guy that's really into anime and all that. I just don't have the time to sit down and watch it. I know what it is, I just don't have the time for it. So Mosh stream, wondering where all the people at the Mosh pit ran off to. As always, I mean, you can still vote in the vote form, but you can't actually do the matches without your Switch. But I think I can tell you guys this from what I've done in Persona so far. Very, very slow start. But I think it's because I had to sit through all the freaking tutorials, which suck. But people have told me once I'm at like a bit of a point I'm at, it's gonna stop the tutorials and everything's gonna start picking up again. So it's just like, I'm only about halfway through the first palace. Oh shoot, I never did the multiplier. Oh well, I forgot. Oh well, let's just say it's a regular battle anyway. But from what I heard, Persona is like a 100-hour plus game. So I'm not going to be streaming the entire playthrough, just the big important parts. And my friend Riolu is going to tell me what the big important parts are like. I'm like, alright, at this point he's like, okay, stop. You're at a big important part of the story. But that's just how things go. I'm hoping everyone's having a good time so far, despite the craziness in our matches here. So this Team Mosh has come back with 3 of the Amy's down and out. I stand corrected. Amy's are still dominating. Hoping everyone's having a good time. How close are we to our 2450 goal? We did get a nice 20 subs from the Mario Fest last week. We know we lost and kept fighting ourselves over and over. Nintendo honestly needs to kind of fix the mirror matching system for super popular teams. I haven't had an experience like that since Cake vs. Ice Cream. And also, Pirates vs. Ninjas was the first with and I don't want to think about that Splatfest like ever again. How's my stream a minute behind, practically? And then that must have been our spectator to have... Oh, no, that's still the lobbies as they were before. Just to keep our lobbies balanced and constantly switch things up. And then we get this stage, so good luck and have fun, everybody. Map, it's set to random, so it picks the map at random chance. But be sure to have that A or M in your name if you want to be on Amy or Mosh, so we know what team you boys and girls get to play for. Oh, there's Leia with the late George Inkling raid. Better late than never, I say. And better late than never on my part with another 3x battle here. Yep, this is a big match. 3x battle. I told you guys these were pretty common. And yes, Dark is definitely catching up on with the thank you command. We started those very recently. It's just not too many chances we have that coming up. But yep, if you're still here, George, there's the thank you for the raid. Well, that's we have to start separating some of the ABs because there's too many of them. Hopefully Mosh has a bit of a chance to pull some comebacks here. But I hope everyone makes these matches count. As this is probably the last K&M Splatfest. Oh wait, this is the last K&M Splatfest, not probably. It's confirmed to be the last one. I change it up every single lobby. Right now, it's this is the second game of the lobby, and it's going to reset after this round anyway. To keep you up to date anyway. And there's 23 of us in here, so you guys here, so thank you for having 23 views and 24 likes. YouTube is being a bit of a dummy and not saying we have any new subs right now, but I definitely think that is falsely the case. Behind this, I don't know why YouTube decides to like putting you guys far behind real time and whatnot. Definite teleportation there. And that looks like another multiplier's going to Team Amy. Quite the predicament. Oh, yeah, we got another Amy's. Let's make it, something a little unique. 1680. I'm constantly changing my passcodes to keep you guys on your toes. Well, as long as you guys are having fun, I guess that's all that matters. Still feel bad for a team that's losing like every match. And Ender's Ender, you said you voted for Amy, but your in-game name says Mosh. See, Amy. Okay, we definitely need an Amy to spectate now. Oh goody, it's a shifty station, and a different one. Team Mosh, I thought you said Amy in the chat. It just looked confusing to you. It just looked like it said that in the chat. And then we got a second raid in this stream. We got Speed Inkling raid. We got Yoshi Flash Titus, however you pronounce that name. I'm sorry for pronouncing it wrong. Cut man, what's up, Raiders? Silver Luigi, what's happening, Raiders? Welcome to the stream. Hoping you guys had a good time. I saw you were doing some Among Us. How did those matches turn out, mate? Where's the Speed Inkling himself so I could give him the proper thank yous? Maybe I should get something in here to play out when it's like, hey, thank you for raiding or something like that. But I don't have a command to do anything like that just yet. Friend code? That friend code did not have an M or an A. I'm only taking friend requests with an M or an A today. That person did not have either. There's the Speed himself. How's it going, mate? How did your Among Us stream go today? Sorry I couldn't pop in. I just had to get ready for this K&M Splatfest. Well, hope you guys had a pretty good time. We're having a pretty good set ourselves. I want to say this is doing well, but Team Mosh only won one match so far. And Amy has, right now, a whopping 15 Splatfest points. Just from this stream, and Mosh only has one. So it's like a yikes for Team Mosh right now. I'm kind of hoping Team Mosh can start getting their act together and start taking some points. It's one of the things that's the worst about overly popular Splatfest teams, as we saw last week. If a team is like over 60% popular, they're generally gonna do a lot worse. And I mean a lot worse. And it's only the end of the first of 3 days. So there's a lot of chances for both teams to take several points. I mean, if things keep going up this way, Amy might get her second K&M Splatfest win. Yup, she only won one in this entire run of the K&M Splatfest so far. Amy only won one, being luck versus love. That was her only win. Mosh won every other one. So, like, in a way, I'm hoping Amy gets some points here. But on the other hand, if Mosh wins, I'll have my undefeated winning streak throughout the entire thing. Even if I never even played the State versus Travel Fest. I still put in a vote and voted for the winning team. And I believe you are on stream schedule for this tomorrow, and I'm right after you, I believe, for round 2. So I'm just hoping the matches continue to go well for both teams. And by well, I mean neither team gets spawn camped the entire time. Amy, I don't know what's going on with her exactly. If you're referring to her IRL. If you're going by the game, I guess Mosh is starting to pull in themselves a bit of a comeback here. Which they kind of really could use at this point. I guess they're filled with determination. Until something does go wrong. Like here. Yep, things are starting to go wrong for them again. Rest of the... I'm hoping so too, mate. I'm hoping so too. Was that? Yeah, that was the first game of this group. So you're back, and you're spectating this time. I'm hoping I adjusted the volume for the thing if we do get another 5x battle. Which they're still rather rare because we only got the one so far. But see you later, Speed. Hopefully I'll catch you later or something and I'll see you later. Ooh, this is gonna be scary. And oh, it's Flutters at the attic. We got Flutters in the attic. It's a good way. They're kind of based off of, well, at least out here in the West, the names for the shifty stations are based off of famous TV shows and books, I think? I think that's what it is. And then after that, it is, for the Japanese, it's based off of Japanese manga names. I think that's how it goes for that one. Warning! There is a 5x battle and commencing. Warning! There's a 5x battle and commencing. Warning! There's a 5x battle and commencing. Just as we get a third raid in the stream. They really did boost the odds. This is our, what, 5th multiplier this stream, and we're a little more than an hour in. This could be the game that Team Mosh needs to get some points. But what's up? We got ourselves, this third raid is a K&M squad. Wonder who the orchestrator of this raid is, but we got ourselves... There's Ryuji Lone Survivor. Phantom Thief Barracks. Did I miss anybody? I don't think I missed anyone. I think that's everyone so far, but I think you guys were doing your Coal Fest today. It's just that I wanted to focus on the K&M Splatfest. This is their last one. There's a cup of coffee, or rather a simple cup of coffee. Get that right. Get that back to right. Dante Brown. Wow, we got a lot of raiders today. We got 3 different raids, so that's very impressive. I was not expecting this. And but I hope your matches have been doing well. This is a true sad day for Team Mosh. Team Amy just won another 5x battle. This is truly a sad day for the Mosh team. Because it's right now Amy 21, Mosh 1. Mosh has only taken one game so far, and Amy won everything else, and all the multipliers. This is truly a dark and sad day for Team Mosh. I need to ask the Team Amy people to switch out. They definitely need to be switching out because they're winning all the time. I wish I knew how to balance this perfectly. I'm gonna take out the maps that we've done already, which that was the one we got multiple times. And I'm definitely seeing the same AB people. We need new AB people. I took a lot more AB friend requests. Let's see if we can balance this. Amy, 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 Amy. Everyone else is on Mosh. Well, we have 5 Amy's. You have not spectated yet. Count. No, YouTube says I'm at 24:45. I definitely think it's drunk today. And there seems to be a lot of people still coming in from that Coalfest raid, so thanks so much. We're almost at 40 likes. That's astonishing. I'm not used to that. I know you guys get to rest easy. No multipliers yet. And by yet, this round. It seems like there's so many people coming from the raid, it's hard to keep up with everyone. There's a lot of action. To lo and behold, what do I see? There's not really much to talk about right now. It's just a bit of a bummer unfortunateness. You guys must have had a lot of people inside in your stream if we got a lot of people coming to the stream in bits and pieces. Well, how goes it, Colby? And how does it not surprise anyone that Mosh is losing yet again? Yeah, the stream's doing okay. It's just one team is winning like literally every single match, and there's seemingly no way to fix this. See, even the people on Team Mosh are starting to get upset. And we do these things to have fun, not have people start wars and get angry and whatnot with each other. I don't think you spectating it out of all the Amy's. And it's seeming like whatever I do, I'm always treated as the bad guy. So it's like, no matter what happens, Subspace is the bad guy. So it's just like, bothering me that whatever I do, even if it's nothing, I'm treated as the bad guy. So there's absolutely no way to make everything satisfied and peaceful. 3-times battle. Let's see if we can make this count for something. And what's up, Real? I see you lurking in the chat. 3 times? Yep, this is a 3 times. This battle, apparently so, but these things are very common, or rather common now. It's not the most common thing in the world. It's not as easy as Twitch, where I can easily catch lurkers by just popping open a chat. But why would I go to Twitch anyway? I've already got a foundation built here on YouTube side. I'd be practically starting over from scratch if I went to the Twitch side. Rank X. Bruno, let me put it like this. Everyone on Team Amy right now is a Rank X player. Literally everyone. So that's why Team Mosh is getting absolutely destroyed. But at least this is a best of 3. So even if Amy does win all the battles, if Mosh wins the surf experience and the popularity, Mosh still wins. Because that's how their scoring system is done. So it's like, even if you win all the battles, you still can lose the fest overall. It all comes down to server activity and popularity outside of battles. So I guess that's part of what makes their scoring system more balanced, instead of, oh, one person wins all the battles and they win by default. So that's like Mosh's only hope right now, that they get all their surfer experience kicking them up and giving them the win, because they have popularity. Let me take out the... There's the switches, so I can get rid of that map that we've gone too much at the start. Honestly, yeah, most people get carried into X, and nobody's doing the 10-15 second wait. I'm honestly getting disappointed that you guys are not doing your 10-15 second wait, and I'm asking everyone to. Well, we know who's spectating this round. And then everyone else is an M. never really find custom Splatfests. I don't see too many of those often anymore, Splatrudo. Some of them can be a little ridiculous, but most of the time they tend to turn out pretty good. Not too many people really do them anymore because they kind of died out. But I guess Cam picked a good time to wind them down and end them. Whereas, like, I'm still having the Subfest on my end continue until I finish my lore story next year. That's the only reason they're going on as long as they are. Some sleep. Take it easy, Colgate. We'll see you later. Does YouTube say I'm actually at 2.5 now? Not 2.5, not 2.45. If I got 2.5, I'd be like, already? And I would have my 2.5k video up done yet. If that happened to be the case. But I'm nowhere near well, I'm near it, but I'm not anywhere near ready for it. Is YouTube being drunk again? Any day now. No, 224.46, so YouTube's still kinda drunk. Kinda sorta drunk. Who's more drunk, Judd or YouTube? But the channel itself does say 2.45, so that's technically true. And the K&M team already did a race Splatfest earlier, did not exactly bode well. Because one team still won 80% of the battles in the Ranked Fest. And that team still lost the Splatfest overall! The team that won 80% of the battles still lost in the end, because the other team had a lot more server experience. So it has happened before, where one team wins practically all the street battles, but they still lose overall. And I'm sure the same thing's gonna apply here too. And I was contemplating about putting up my stream schedule tonight, but I'm like, no, I'll probably do it after my stream at the K&M Fest. Which is going to be a little later in the day. That's just how the cookie crumbles. I'm just trying. Oh, hey, we get this map. Be positive? That's a good mindset to keep in your mind, Mr. Rudo. Oh, can somebody on the Mosh team sit out to make it a 3v3? I just realized there is a back out. And I'm slacking on the whole multiplier thing. Despite the DC, Mosh is somehow still losing. Go team up. One can only hope one team is going to get somewhere in the matches. At least it was not a multipart, but my god. Even with being short a player, Mosh still somehow, even with me being short player, Mosh still somehow got destroyed. I'm gonna take a look at friend requests. I'm hoping we have stuff to go in here. Okay, we have another Amy. We're at least getting more Amy's to hopefully balance out the pros. Fight 2. If you're in the last lobby, wait 10 to 15 seconds. I'm not joking this time. If you're in the last lobby, you need to wait. I'm otherwise kicking you out or spectating, or worse, getting unfriended. Because it's getting repetitive and ridiculous that nobody's following the 10-15 second waiting rule. How's the stream? Aqua, Team Mosh only won once in the entire stream so far. Only once! And that was it. So far, they only took one game. And we're only an hour and a half into stream. I'll just leave it at that, Aqua. But the stream itself has been doing pretty good. The match is not the best. Hey, thank you guys for doing a 10-15 second wait. Let's count. Octotine, you might need to close up your game and open it again so the A shows up in your name. Just say for when the lobby resets. So let's get our Amy's out. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna need a Mosh to volunteer for Amy. So hey, at least the Moshes can feel better somewhat. I just picked at random. I'm starting the thing of changing the passcode every lobby I make to make sure people are constantly watching the stream if they want again, instead of keeping it the same thing every time. I'm just sitting here doing the menacing finger thing. As what the rich bad guy would be doing. Just sitting in his office, looking down on everybody, going like, excellent. And seeing all the pawns just scribble on by. Although we probably already know the outcome of this battle, it's a 3-time battle. Team Mosh could honestly use some kind of points, so if they take this, they'll get something. Because surely they need more than just one little point. Full volume. The 3 times is not as loud as the 5 times, I promise you. It's just, it's nowhere as loud. Whereas I did not even expect the 5 times noise to be as loud as it was. Even I was not prepared for that. I was like, oh my god, when I heard that 5 times siren go off. But I think the 3 times is at a pretty good volume as it is. Could this be Team Mosh? Never mind. I thought that was an 80 player that fell, but no, that was a Mosh player that fell down. I was gonna say, could this be Mosh's moment of redemption? The start of a comeback that they long needed? Alright, let me tally up this game with everything else. This has to be the closest game in forever. But Amy still takes that win. What's up, DJ Riolo? I see you in the stream. Welcome. The 3x, the 3-time siren is not as loud as the 5-time siren. Okay, we got ourselves a 4th Amy, so we can put you back on your team. Moving a lot, you feel bad? Game fan? Team Amy won every single game but one in this entire stream. They only lost one game in this stream so far. It's that huge of a difference. And at least it's not a multiplayer game. Using the golden nautilus. That's my note for a golden nautilus. Always seems to be the best way to go if you're trying to beat Mosh. Using the golden nautilus is the way to go if you're trying to go with his strat. Get just the form to play. Yes, you will need to fill out that Google form, and then add an A or an M in your Switch name. It's just ask a couple simple questions like which do you want to go for, your YouTube name, that sort of thing. It's just a couple simple questions. It's not collecting any personal information whatsoever. Then once you do so, you can participate. Also, you should have the A or the M in your name, so I know what team you are on. Team Mosh can actually use some helping hands with how much they're losing right now. Squirrel sitting out. I haven't seen anybody rotating other than Preston. Assuming he's still around. It's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do here. There's no way to fix this problem, so I'm just gonna do absolutely nothing about it. There's no way to fix this problem. 5, 8, 9. Like I said, if I try to do something about this, I'm gonna be treated as the bad guy. And I don't want to be treated as the bad guy. So I'm just gonna not do anything about it. Also, we broke 50 likes in the stream. That's amazing, guys. On a positive note here. Because when I tried to do the thing in Restaurant vs. Fast, everyone treated me as the bad guy. When I tried to do the thing in Reindeer vs. Penguins, people treated me as the bad guy. So I'm not gonna do anything this time. So I'll be considered a good guy this time. Already we got 9. We got Amy. Okay, we got 5 Amy's. And everyone else is gonna be a Mosh right now. We're at least getting a little variety. What's the pass? If you go back about 10, 15, about a minute or so, you'll see what the password is, Sam DeCarlo. Thank you. Because I change it every time and I forget within about 30 seconds. Well, there's plenty of chances to get in the lobbies. There's still a little more than an hour left of stream time. I'm trying to remember the scores of all the past Subfests. So what you miss? Not much Sola, just Team Amy kicking everybody's butt over and over and over. That's really the only thing you wound up missing, Sola. And when I say I'm being treated as the bad guy, I'm not pointing fingers at people, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody. But I'm just saying people in general have been like, Sub, this is wrong. Like, if you remember RVF, people said, made a complete fiasco about how the heck that turned out. And then when I tried to balance things out in the last month, people turned that into a fiasco. So I'm like, none of those worked. I don't know what to do this time. And then listening to your pleas, it's just, I don't know the best response, if there's any response at all. If I do nothing, no one's gonna be satisfied. If I do something, not everyone's gonna be satisfied. Who will make the fewest people upset about the whole thing is my approach. Because would I rather have one person angry at me or 10? That's just my philosophy. Would you rather have 1 or 10? And having more is a bad thing. I guess this is probably gonna be my time to put in a good old Grandpa Subspace philosophy lesson. Not everyone's gonna be satisfied with what the decisions you make and the things you do. There's always gonna be at least one person who hates you. Like, I'm not gonna say names, but take into account the leader of the country. Already half the country hates you. So the same thing applies for Splatfest ideologies. There's already going to be a percentage of people that already hate you because you have differing opinions. Now, whether you have more or less, that could be a good or a bad thing. Now, I've been doing custom Splatfest for 1.5 years almost, and it's not perfect. I tried asking people to do the 10-15 second thing. Doesn't work all the time. I tried asking the pro people to switch weight every 2 lobbies. They don't always follow that. I don't want to resort to removing people from my friends list. I don't want to resort to that. Plus, people can still get in the lobbies even if they're not in my friends list anyway. They just have to be friends with somebody in the room. So that don't work 100% either. So it's like, whatever strategy the host tries to pull, there's always a counter. There's always a counter towards it. Mosh, well, it's because we have 5 Amy's and somebody had to play for the other side. And Trex just wound up being the unlucky random to get picked to be over for the time being. And on the side, he says no. But he needs to have voted to even participate. In fact, still got 11 kills out of that entire team. So now gonna need a... So now we got 3 Moshes in here. And then we're gonna need a Spectator, which you just got in. Sorry, I just had to pick the guy that didn't have the most that had the most matches. Reset the game. Oh, thank you for doing that. I'm trying to catch your name. Turles, thank you for doing it. I just have to go scroll up and catch your name. Because there's a lot of people in the chat right now. And, oh, I never did my thing yet. Oh, it never turned out to be one anyway, so thank heavens we can rest up, we can rest easy a tad bit. Is Team Mosh seriously going with the Splash Shop Pro meme team? No wonder you guys are losing. That's something else I see kind of sad if people have to that's something else I'm noticing that's really kind of sad for some people. I don't want to point fingers at anybody, but I definitely have seen people in the past where they volunteer for the other team and don't give their fullest effort. And I'm like, please, just give your effort whichever side you're on. I had to move people over to make teams balanced or something. If like there's fewer people on Team Amy, it's like I had to move a Mosh over to Amy for the game. Or if there's fewer people on Mosh, I had to move one over for the game. I'm not saying anybody's doing that right now. Now the match has been going so far. Hi, Molt, welcome. It's kind of a repeat of Reindeer versus Penguins. I'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it as it's Reindeer versus Penguins version 2. One team is winning every single game. Including all the multipliers. Like, this is just for this stream. Team Amy, 32 Splatfest points. Team Mosh, 1 Splatfest point. There is no way Team Mosh is gonna catch up to the lead in this stream. There is absolutely no way. We do need people on Team Mosh to start stepping up their game if they actually want to take some points. You guys got a wipe, but it wasn't on enough. So that's now Amy with 33 Splatfest points this stream. I can't keep count of the other streams because 1, I've not been at all of them, and 2, dang, even with 15 kills, you guys still did not push. We got a friend request. I'm hoping. Okay, we got an M. Hopefully, this will help get Mosh some points here. But I mean, as long as you guys are having a good time, that's all that matters, right? Change the passcode up 3476. 32 to 1. Yep. Yep, Dark. Team Mosh only has 1 point this entire stream so far. Amy won every other game of this entire stream, including all the multipliers. Like 4 3 times and 2 5 times. Amy is destroying this stream. Amy. There's only 2 Amy's, so we're gonna need 2 volunteers. Maybe this will help things out. I'm just gonna go down the line for our Mosh spectators. For people that have not done it yet. Tiered. And Ender already volunteered one. Actually, hold the phone. Well, it's probably someone who's just lurking or something. It'd be kind of nice if people in the private battles could actually pin the pass. I change the pass every time. What I have pinned in there is pretty much saying how you can play in the battles. Saying, we don't need to bring up the whole, I can't remember the name of that gorilla thing. I can't remember the name of that particular gorilla, but that turned into a huge political drama, so we don't need to be bringing up gorillas or anything of that particular one's name. I don't remember her name, but I remember that being a big thing a while ago. At least a couple years ago. Saying, I remember it, I just don't remember the names. But I do remember it. Not saying anyone's bringing it up. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. But that was a huge political thing and a half. And not like this was a multiplier battle anyway. I'll get that ready for the next one. Nope, that didn't turn into that anyway. Whoa, Enter coming in with that triple that probably could have just saved the team a little bit. But that's early in the match. Definitely after this K&M Splatfest ends, but before the next Subspace begins, I'm definitely gonna need to talk with literally like everybody. Find alternatives to figure out how to get past this problem, because I cannot handle having this sort of thing happening again and again. Because we've had this like 3 times in the last 6 or so, at least 3 times in the last 6 months. Like one team winning really all the matches. So I don't know what the best solution's even going to be. So that's gonna be a thing on me, is like, go to like literally all the other Splatoon streamers and ask for their help. Like, I need help from Vic. I need help from Mosh. I need help from freaking Dude. And what? Okay, that's a lie. I'm not gonna talk to Dude for help, but asking a lot of the big professional streamers on how to handle this problem. Like, Vic is the best example. She's a comp player, and she streams a lot. So it's like, I need to get help from everyone to fix this problem before the next thing begins. Because I'm not sure if you guys have been figuring it out by now, but with this happening in Custom Splatfest of one team winning them all the time, RBF, Pegasus Dragon, Reindeer Penguins. Now here, I'm honestly starting to get a little sick of it. I'm honestly starting to get a little sick of one team winning every single time on streams. I just don't know the option to go around with this anymore, because, like I said, whatever I did with what I was thinking, I was like, oh, try it to see if it works. People came to me, it's like, you're the bad guy in this thing. And I'm getting tired of being called a bad guy for trying to fix a solution. I can only begin to Mosh going, oh my. Once he sees the scores of like Amy with 34 and Mosh of 1, I can already imagine him going like, oh my. It's part of the, here we go again. But this time, it's Mosh doing the form thing. So I need to talk to him about that. But that is a problem. We'll just have to keep a mental tally of how that's happening. The problem with them, a bit confused. When people are trying to open the bot, not the bot, the form, this orange bot just shows up out of nowhere. And I think it's something to do with Google's thing. But it's been a recurring issue, because it's been going on at the time YouTube had the thing where they would not show links at all. And then it just came back magically a couple days later, and it's doing it again right now. But if there's issues, just try again later or something. Hopefully you'll be able to add to the form. Thing with the orange robot, yeah, it started around that time, and we had to manually add the votes, which I think probably got the vote counted wrong, but it still showed the same answer regardless, with penguins being more popular. Which that was the case in the actual thing before the robot came in causing problems anyway. Welcome to the tap. Hoping you're having a good day so far. I'm hoping Team Mosh can start securing some points. Take it easy, Selena. So, and if the form started working for other stuff, like it worked for end of the year, it worked for the vote form earlier until now. So I'm like, this is a Google thing, not just a specific form. Because I was like, if it's continuing in the next Subfest, then it's definitely something to do with the form. But it's continuing with all these other forms, so it's not just the one form in particular, it's something to do with the site. I'll have to talk with Mosh about that situation. And Team Amy wins! Again! It's honestly sad at this point that Team Mosh is not winning anything at all. They only have a mere 1 point, while Amy's hanging out here with 35. It gets sad and depressing seeing the same team winning over and over and over and over. And I'm definitely got to rewatch the stream for how many times we got multiplier battles. And literally every single one went to Amy. Playing for now? Yeah, this is exactly what I'm getting to, because we're getting people on Team Mosh just giving up and quitting because they're getting sick and tired of losing all the time. I knew it was gonna turn into that eventually. I like the sound of the title. Last one standing. It's because it's the last K&M Splatfest. When earlier, Mosh only won 1 game in the entire stream. Only 1 game in the entire stream. That was Mosh's only victory in this entire stream. Todd's Nature Channel, welcome. Yes, you are welcome to join. Just fill out the Google form. If you're for some reason get this orange robot, just add an A or an M in your name and then try again once that gets in there. And then we'll try again once the thing starts working again. Who is Mosh? Mosh is another streamer. And then I don't expect this to be anything different but 3 times battle. Calling it's gonna go to Amy already. So I'll just sit down and add the points to her name right now. Because we already know her team's gonna win this battle. As with literally every other one. Like the poor Cali woman. I'm sure that's probably gonna be the case. But this is a custom Splatfest. It's not leading into Splatoon 3. But it may hint at something in the future. I don't know. Because Mosh wants to keep the deep, dark secrets a surprise. And I wouldn't want to force them out of him. Mosh? Probably, I don't know. saying if you got the orange robot, just skip that step for now, and then just try adding the vote again later. That just probably means the Google site's kinda down. But give it another try later or something. So just add the air at the end and then keep on trying again later in the form. Because this is definitely a recurring problem on Google. Just be sure to send me a friend request. I'll take them every time we reset the room. This is really, honestly, sad to watch. I tried asking people to wait 15 seconds between joining lobbies. I tried asking people to wait 2 rotations if they do well. That didn't work either. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do at this point to get the matches more balanced. I said this before. I have no idea what to do anymore. Because this isn't working. Nothing is. So don't get squashed. I voted for Mosh, but I'm the streamer, so I'm meant to be the spectator in the middle. Just filling in for teams that need it, or yeah, pretty much that's just all I'm doing. Just filling in for teams that need the spot, because that's my role as a streamer. No, wait, I already added that at the beginning of the match. I mean, don't you people on Team Amy feel bad that Mosh is losing all the time? And like, don't you people feel bad? Like, want to give him something out of pity? Because I just want Mosh to take some wins out of pity. $692. I am out of ideas. I'll call the stream early. I mean, I'm not personally upset by this. I'm just disappointed. Let me get our Amy's over. Which is only 2, surprisingly. I'll just have to pick 2 at random. And I forgot the colors, but at least the teams are right. Username on the Switch. Just as long as you let me know what your username on the Switch is. As long as you let me know what your name is. But yes, Mosh is right after me, and he starts at the hour. Wait, I need to do my thingamabob. I'm just hoping Mosh's team can win some games in his stream. Also 3 times battle, again. Alrighty, thank you for letting me know. Let me actually take your friend request now, since you probably got that sent in. Before I forget in 2 matches time. What's this one? I'm hoping so too, but I'm not getting my hopes up. We all make mistakes, like I forgot to put the colors right this time. This is actually the Pocky colors. This is actually the colors from the Pocky Splatfest that Japan had. How come Japan got all the cool themes? Splatfest, there was in Japan. Because you know, Japan gets all the cool things and we don't. Japan has something to do with hockey, and they also have something to do with Nike shoes, and yet we get freaking narwhals and unicorns! Like, who wants to fight over sea creatures? That went to Europe, but still. It seems like Nintendo really doesn't like giving the good themes to North America or Europe. Like cute animals that don't even exist. There's no such thing as unicorns in the real world, and I've not seen a real living narwhal. Since the... I'll check again. You probably got that. I don't see an A or an M in your name, Pig, so I'm gonna have to ignore that for the time being. You back, and then the next 2 people down the list will be on the Amy's. The teams are right. The teams are right. Even if the colors are not, even if the colors are not right, the teams are. This is kind of busted. Yet another 3x battle that I'm sure is gonna go to Amy. I'll just add the score now, but I'll change it if things do turn differently. Maybe jeans. We had a clothing themed custom Splatfest a couple months ago. So it's not the first time. Take it easy, Auburn. Hopefully luck will start turning around in Mosh's stream. I think the form's down. You can check, but I think it's down. Exolult, I'm sorry if I can't pronounce your name right, but you are welcome to join in the battles. It's just a very depressing stream with one team losing literally every single battle. But if the form for some reason is down, you can still add the A or the M in your name and then just try again later. I'll be streaming this again tomorrow, but I'm gonna be really upset if we have yet another stream where one team takes like every single victory. Because one team winning a lot, yeah, that's fine, that's cool. Because it shows that the team's actually learning something and is skilled. But if one team's winning literally every time, doesn't it get depressing, upset, and boring to the loser team? That's just how I'm looking at it. And it's not just the form itself, because we had this last month on a totally different form. So it's something to do with the website itself, not just the form. "30 more minutes of this bloody hell." Checking friend requests. Okay, that's still Pig, and he doesn't have an A or an M. Now we get the colors right, not instead of being a dummy this time. And somebody in DMs pointed out to me that Avi's just sitting there, not contributing towards the battles. So if this is the case, I'm gonna have to put Avi in constant spectate. So we need one more person in here. Yeah. Wait, what team's the tap on? I don't see a tag. 1, 2, 3, Amy's. Okay, that's another Amy. Or if Avi's not contributing anything, I'll put Avi on Team Amy to at least give the Mosh team a chance at taking some points. Where are we at in points? Oh, God. I can only see this going one way. One really, really bad way. So last one, I changed the passwords up. I'm changing the passwords up constantly in my stream today. To make sure people are watching, to have them getting into matches. And this match really must count because... Warning, there is a 5 times battle in effect. If Team Amy wins this one, she'll have broken 50 points on this stream alone. Oh dear. So I now see the DC, and that is not, and that's just scary. Yeah, Amy will have taken 50 points. Mosh's team still only has 1. So it's just a big F moment for them. 2-1. Yep, Mosh's team only won 1 game. 1 game in this entire stream. They only won once. And that was it. So far. Only once. You know what exactly happened to cause your disconnect to happen? Wow, even with the DC, Team Mosh is still struggling. when it'll come back. There's still 2 streams after me tonight, I think. There may be a 3rd one. I have not paid attention. And then there's 3 more tomorrow with me, Speed, and Amy. I think Amy's gonna be the one doing the final K&M stream ever. Which is also kind of fitting because she's one of the 2 hosts for it. And Mosh did his first one yesterday, and he's doing a second one when I finish in about 25 minutes. Okay, my bloody eyes deceive me. My bloody eyes deceive me. So that's 4, and I'll have you play Amy. Nope, no multipliers yet. Oh, we already know the answer to that one. Splatoon 1 story. They already tell that flat out in the game. And if they don't, the hints clearly give it away.